Hello fellow old schoolers and welcome to the 5th Battle of the Swiss in the Eel Castle Cup 2021. And let me set the stage here. We are following my deck Composition A in this particular series, and we are up, let me think, 3-1 at this point. Now, this is the final battle before the top 8. If we lose this, there's no hope of getting into the top 8. If we win it, we'll be secured a spot in the top 8. So there's everything to play for, and we're coming up against the deck. Now, this is just a deck picture of Composition A, again for reference. I've gone over this deck a couple of times already, so I won't bore everyone here with just another reiteration of it. Suffice to say that we have just been fighting through another version of the deck before this particular game, and I actually won that 2-0, but it was a pretty lucky second round, to be honest. And we're coming up against another version of the deck here, and yeah, I'm not sure that luck will hold. So let's take a few minutes to go over this other version of the deck. All versions of the deck, they follow similar paths here, so what I said in the previous recording will apply here as well. In a nutshell, the deck wins in the long game by drawing more cards than the opponent using those Yimday Tombs and making the other guy exhaust his resources, countering them and removing them with counter magic and Swords to Plowshares, disenchants, stuff like that. And once the other guy has depleted his resources, the deck will deploy a threat having a full hand of his own. Usually that threat can just be a single Mistress Factory, and protect that threat with his counter magic and slowly grind the other guy down. It can use that mirror universe as well in the late game, just to switch life and just kill the other guy, making all his work for naught. Now, this version of the deck looks very similar to the previous version of the deck we just fought, having just those 3 Yimday Tombs and a mirror universe instead of the 4th one. And its kill con before sideboard is those Mistress Factories. So it almost feels like a rematch here, in a way. But there are some slight tweaks and differences though. And even though these differences might seem subtle, they can all add up to make for a significantly different matchup. We see this one, he doesn't have 2 the Abyss as the previous one had, not before sideboard anyway. He only uses a single Abyss. Instead, he uses more spot removal against creatures, having 4 Swords to Plowshares instead of 3, and having 2 Lightning Bolts. The other version of the deck didn't have that. He had an extra recall instead. And I think after sideboard, the first the deck, he could have 3 the Abyss, and this one can employ 2. This one has a sort of a switch up with those Serra Angels there. He can put them in after sideboard, and I imagine he does that in anticipation of the other guy sideboarding all his creature removal out. Those angels can come in and get dropped out of the blue, taking the other guy by surprise and just finishing the game with an angel. He even has a moat he can sideboard in and let those angels fly over that moat instead of using the factories. Now, this switch up is by no means unheard of, but it can be rather lethal if it gets to drop on you. And it provides dilemmas when you sideboard against the deck, because you don't know if you'll do that before the game. So yeah, let's get ready for this final match of the Swiss here. We have the deck on the right with that dragon playmat, and me on the left on Composition A in this final showdown. Okay, the deck is on the play, starting out with a Mox and a Tundra here. No, it's a Lotus, sorry. And okay, there's a bit of a mirror. So, but he can counter turn 1, and I can't really use my Lotus for that. City of Brass coming out of the deck here, so now he can counter without sacrificing the Lotus. Looks like a sinkhole perhaps. Yeah, taking the City of Brass here. I want to try to crack his his colored mana. Okay, but he starts off with a mana drain here, so he'll have 2 colorless mana in his next main phase. I don't hope there'll be a Mind Twist. That'll be brutal. It'll... yeah, just take the entire hand, fueled by a Lotus and a mana drain. Let's see. No. Okay, it's far less threatening. Getting out of Felverstone, though the more mana he gets this early, it is never a good sign. Disenchanting my Black Lotus. Oh, and then strip mining my Underground Sea. Really cracking... really revenge cracking my lands. As I tried to sinkhole him, he just goes to town on my mana sources here. Play another Underground Sea, though. Aggressive move, but he needs to survive the early game, so it makes sense, right? He'll slow me down a lot here, and the more mana he gets, Factory coming down here, he'll just be stronger and stronger. Trying to get out of Serendipity Fleet here. You can block the Factory and start to provide some early pressure on him. Okay, he fireballs it. Oh, he can't counter, so a tutor. Yeah, it is... in the early game against the deck, you really need to apply pressure. He has too much mana too early, I think. And I'm too far behind with lands. But yeah, I'm likely tutoring for an Ancestral Recall here. Yeah, we had this final blue mana up. It's about getting all this out before he untaps. So now we are back in the game. We've rearmed ourselves here. Ooh, and a Factory and a Sol Ring. Okay, so let's hope for something to play with all that mana. We need, as said, we need to at least dominate the early game and do some damage before he stabilizes. He regrowths something here. Taking a mana drain, yeah, it makes sense as well. Because he knows I have Ancestral, so I likely have something I want to play now. Could be a Mind Twist, could be whatever. Big creatures, and he want to defend himself. So this is a bit of a mind game. Playing a nice Spectrum. Okay, he mana drains it. It seems to me that he doesn't have spot removal then in hand at this point. But yeah, because there could be something worse after that. But actually, a Hypnotic Spectre, if it's unanswered against the deck, it is a great way to like keep him in check. Okay, trying to get out on Underworld Dreams. Those are pretty key against him actually, because at least they'll provide a lot of damage for him for using his primary strategy, which is just drawing cards. So we haven't done a lot of damage yet. Now he attacks me with a Factory. Okay, I elect to trade Factories here, pumping myself 1/1/1, and he can pump his other Factory. Okay, getting a Jusum Gen out here. Now, I think I removed his Factory as well, just because if he had 2 Factories, he could actually try to handle my Jusum Gen with a double block, but he can't do that now. Mace of Ith coming down here. Attack him with the Jusum Gen. So perhaps we'll get some damage in here. No, he blocks with the Factory. Then he lightning bolts it. I try to indicate that I want to use the mace to pull it out of combat, but he emphasizes that he has bolted it after combat here, which makes sense. So another attempt at an Underworld Dreams here. So far he's blocked my every attempt at doing any damage. Okay, this one gets a single point of damage in. But if it gets to survive, it can rack up that damage a lot. Yeah, there's a book. That is a key card for him. But the Underworld Dreams will give him nightmares if he uses that book. At least that's that, but... yeah, if I can get rid of it, I should. I mean the book. Looks like a sinkhole again, yeah. Cracking the Volcanic Island, yeah, just trying to crack him out of red mana. Now disenchanting the book. Okay, so it was a bait trying to see if he had counter magic as well, I think. Uses Black Lotus just to draw an extra card, taking a point of damage from the City of Brass and a point of damage from the Underworld Dreams here. And another point of damage from the other Underworld Dreams. I feel like advantage is going to Composition A at this point. Oh, but he Mind Twist. Ah, Wheel of Fortune. Ah, that could be so great. to get that in soon, doing 8 points of damage to him in one go. So I Mind Twist him back. It's a bit late, but I get a Swords to Plowshare out of it. Drew into that Mind Twist. But still, he takes damage from the Underworld Dreams, and both of us are without a hand, and I have so far been able to block his draw engine. And that is the most important thing I feel at this point. So we have a clock on him, slow clock, but it's there. There's an Abyss coming down. So now, yeah, at least the Mind Twist is gone, but I have to keep cards in hand at this point. More Moxen for him. Slowly dying to that Underworld Dreams. Chaos Orb coming down. Okay, I need to disenchant that if I can. He activates the Chaos Orb here. Yeah, attacking the Underworld Dreams. Oh, it hits. It really bounces off it. But pretty. But it made it. Drawing into a City of Brass. So it's a standstill here, but now he can actually save up for that Library of Alexandria, being protected behind that Abyss, disenchanting it here before it draws into any counter magic. We get it. Okay, that's always something. Now we can get some creatures out, use some gen hitting the table here. Only needs to touch base twice and he's gone. Okay, I ask to see his graveyard. I want to see how many swords have been used and if the balance has been used. It hasn't, but go for broke here. If he has a Swords to Plowshares, he can only take one, right? Just hope he doesn't have a balance. But then he balances. Yeah, so now I'm completely without steam. At least he has to discard some cards from his hand, putting him away from that library one more time. Discards a Time Twister, it seems. And I discard a Scrubland. No. I'm taking the City of Brass instead. I'm mana fixed. Strip Mine coming down. Yeah, okay, so now I can strip mine the library at my convenience. Another Filverstone. So just crushing each other's permanents here. Time walking here, trying to get into something. Okay, Hypnotic Spectre coming down. If unanswered again, it's great against him, but he bolts it. Yeah, so we see the difference here. There are a few bolts in this version of the deck. In this situation it was nice, though an Abyss would be even worse for me. Braingeyser here, that is a key play. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, I think. Keeping the Cities of Brass on tap for counter magic, and also an assist to recall. I think this might be it. He's within library range now. I should strip mine it immediately. Okay, good. I do so here. Drawing into a Badlands. I think this is too much. It's game over. And that's a problem with the deck. You know you're gone now, but it will take a while. Or I think I am. I mean, obviously there are outs here still. We don't know what he drew. Tutoring here. But yeah, he got the snowball rolling now. Let us, just move a bit forward while he looks through his deck here. Cut a bit forward. So he passes the turn. I wonder what he took. Oh, I gotta pass the turn right back. Mind Twist has been used. Perhaps a recall. I think that's been used as well. Still passes turn. Sometimes they just take extra counter magic. Or a book. A book could be great here, actually. Mirror Universe. Yeah, that's even better. I disenchanted though, but he won't allow me. So he counterspells it. This is a critical play. Okay, Chaos Orb though, really trying to get rid of that book. Chaos Orb in the book, he disenchants my Chaos Orb. So all my attempts at removing that Mirror Universe has been blocked at this point. Now he starts to hurt himself, going down to 5 points of life here with the Cities of Brass. And in his upkeep, he can trade life with me. This is so disrespectful. All the damage I've done to him for naught. And he is at full health here. I'm down to 5 life. So falling down the mountain here, trying to climb back up. The factory coming down here, another factory. Attacking with the factory. Need to do something here. He lightning bolts it. I think, yep. No, I think it was a disenchant. Because I could have pumped it twice. Unless he did it after attack, that is possible. Okay, so now he's looking through his graveyard again here. I think it's a recall, isn't it? Yep, that's a recall. So I think there's a fireball down there in that, if I'm not mistaken. There's a fireball down in that graveyard. I wonder if he picks it up. Yeah, okay. Game over, man. So, yeah. Okay, he takes a fireball and a counterspell. That's it. Now fireballs me for 5, and I can't do anything. I had a lightning bolt in hand, actually. I remember this. I was silently hoping for him to burn himself down to 3 life before he traded life with me. I'll just bolt him out as a fast effect and win. It would be so epic. But sadly, he was too good of a player. He had foreseen that and just went down to 5. So let's gear up for round number 2. Pretty epic first round, though. Really just, struggling against each other for dominance over the board. But it was pretty hard to get in, and when I finally had him, he could make that life switch. I think the key play here was him having a balance and then taking my 2 creatures there at my final push against him. He had 1 card in hand. So this is after sideboard. I likely sideboarded Red Blast and Artifact Removal in. Perhaps Sushis as well. Perhaps other stuff, I don't know. This is my hand here. We can't really see it. The angle is wrong, but there was a Sushi. I saw that. So I've taken some of those in. Perhaps all of them, just to apply even more pressure. Oh, I think I remember this hand. There was actually only a Sapphire and an Ancestral Recall in that hand. It was I think, or perhaps a single land and a Sapphire and an Ancestral Recall. So, but I had high hopes that I would get into some lands. Oh, here's a good start as well. Can't counter yet, though. So we have 1 more round, 1 more turn. Can't use it though. Okay, so passing the turn to him. Second Volcanic Island. Okay, and a Pearl and a Jet. Oh, we have a Library of Alexandria. That's pretty nifty. He can't counter that, so I think I'll stay in library mode here. Sort of like the first matchup with the deck. It's really cool when you can do that. Oh, but he strip mines it though. I draw with it immediately, but it's gone. Good for him. So we gotta find something else to do. Hypnotic Spectre coming down here. Getting bolted. Okay, he passes a turn back. So there's another one. At least we have a bunch, so he counters that. Oh, and I Red Blast that. Okay, I felt like when he uses a counter spell like this, it's because he likely doesn't have spot removal for it. Is that an Abyss? No, it's a book. Okay, so it's a race now. When I get in with that Spectre, I can nick a card from his hand, but he can recuperate cards, or he could, but I'm strip mining his Volcanic Island. Now he has 3 mana sources. Getting a disenchant here. I'm doing that because if roll the dice, I mean, he only has 3 cards left. If he doesn't draw a land immediately, he can't use the book. Getting down a Sushi here for extra attacks. Oh, and I nicked the disenchant. Yeah, so that was a good time to play it. I nicked the disenchant with the Hypnotic Spectre, so the Sushi should be more safe here. Oh, he has another disenchant though. Okay, so we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way with the ghosts. Getting in for 2. Taking a card, it's a Serra Angel. Not the best pick, but it's okay. Now we know that he's either plays with the main deck or sideboards them in. Now I'm Brain Geysering here. I think I'm Brain Geysering for 2, no 3, no 4. 4 cards. Nice. Pearl coming down. Okay, I am well ahead here. Now I can push in. Oh, it's a balance though. Yeah, that might be game again. I have to go down to 1 land. 2 cards in hand, losing my creature. So yeah, talk about a wasted Brain Geyser here. At least we got a Pearl out, so we're not completely mana starved, but I need 2 black manas for the deck to function, so I'd likely keep a City of Brass as a land. Yeah, discarding my own balance and a Fireball and 2 Underworld Dreams, especially those Underworld Dreams are a real kick, losing that. But yeah, brutal turnaround here. I wonder what I kept in my hand. Disenchant, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, the final 2 cards I kept in my hand were just cards that could attack his mana. Look at this, it's so brutal. So payback time. Now I'll try to use that book. At least you draw into an Underworld. Oh, I can just keep on going here. Okay, it keeps on drawing lands though. Okay, now we have a threat. His mana base is completely obliterated though. He doesn't have white mana, he only has red and he can't bolt it. This is really a turnaround. Yeah, I think I remember this. I really just kept all the cheap land destruction and artifact destruction in my hand, so I could just really go nuts on his mana sources after that balance. Putting him down to 8 lives here. He now has white mana, he can disenchant of sorts. Have a disenchant. Trying my luck. Yeah, he's close to 4 mana, we don't want that. We don't want him using that book. Getting in for 4, now a Chaos Orb. Yeah, I counters it. I would have Chaos Orb one of his lands and would smile while doing it. Okay, that's game. And had a wheel in hand, didn't want to play it. It would provide him out. So, okay, what a grueling match this is. 1-1 at this point. Yeah, I think the pivotal time was after that balance. I could have had him, but he really just crushed my hand and my creatures there. But keeping all my artifact and lane destruction back, sacrificing everything else, seemed to work out here. Really equalizing it. So yeah, I'm a firm believer that if you can stop the deck from getting too much mana, the odds are that much better. Trying to show my hand, the angle is wrong again. Yeah, man, it is a pretty Dewsum Djinn you got there, but that's all we can see. I think it was a factory as well, but yeah, we can't see it. Okay, I think he mulliganed at this point for this 3rd game here. So let's hope he get a sufficiently good hand at this point, because we don't want a none game here. Okay, he's cutting a single card and he's on the play. Tundra, Sapphire, Time Walk. Yeah, so he can counter immediately. Now, City of Brass, great start from him. Okay, I have a library though. That's not a bad start either. Into a Mox Ruby. Okay. Let's see how long it gets to live though. But so far so good. 2 great starts. And I like mine the best. He's actually a bit mana starved here, and not having a second land drop. A 3rd land drop, I mean. He has Time Walk. Drawing again. No, I want to draw on his end step instead. For some reason. I likely want to play something next turn. I don't know. Perhaps I'm at 7. Oh, I was perhaps afraid I would discard if I did it. Place a book here. I draw as a response. Now drawing for my main, my draw step here. Underground Sea coming down. We need to get rid of that book ASAP, if I can. Real dilemma here. For some reason, Chaos Orb. Chaos Orbing his book, yeah. So gotta take him while we can. Gotta hit as well. Here we go. Okay, very secure. Slow flip. At this point, it was good. So we're with the library. He's without his draw engine. That's good. Now, okay, there's a Chaos Orb of his own. Okay, Chaos Orb in the library here. And it actually fails here. It hits his library and it only flips over 180. But he's a new guy in our playgroup. Now, he's a very experienced vintage, or is it legacy player, playing usually in some huge tournaments there, as far as I know. So very, very routine player. but he's not used to using Chaos Orbs, and this is an old school tournament. So yeah, because he's new, I told him about it, that he probably shouldn't flip so close to his own library, and I would just we just regard it as being Chaos Orbed. Now he did tell me that he would be fine with just saying that the Chaos Orb didn't hit, but I kind of insisted here that let's just say the library is gone. Then we're talking about how to flip the Chaos Orb, and he tries it a bit here. Now, if the game Chaos Orb flips are very important in these tournaments. We're just practicing here. Chaos Orb flips are very important in old school tournaments. If the game is a draw, we go into Chaos Orb flip mode in the end. And the one that fails first has lost the match. There are no draws in this tournament. It's all down to the Chaos Orb flip. So it's a good thing to practice, but when you're new, it takes a bit of time to get used to it. So anyway, that was a long story short. We regard the Library of Alexandria as being Chaos Orbed at this point and continue the game. It was a crucial mix and a potentially game-breaking, and if he wasn't new to the old school format and the playgroup, I would of course not have allowed it. But yeah, so we got a way good use. So I was sinkholing one of City of Brass here to crack him out of all his other stuff, all his other mana, trying to attack with the factory, but who reminds me that the factory has summoning sickness. So playing a Hypnotic Spectre here. Gives it a good think though. Then he disenchants my ruby. Okay. No idea what's going on. It was a soaring. All right. And then he balances. Yeah, I thought as much because he disenchanted the ruby. It just smelled like a balance. So getting rid of the factory here, keeping my colored mana. Discarding a lot of cards. Yeah, just a pile of cards here. Now playing Divine Offering, that's something I sideboarded in on his Sol Ring. So getting back to cracking each other's lands here. Okay, using the Black Lotus to get a book out. But he only has 3 mana, so I try to sinkhole one of his lands just to keep him out of the draw range of that book. But he counters me. This is crucial if I disenchanting it here. Oh, he counters it again. And there's the 4th mana source. Now he can get his draw engine going. Blocking my attempts at crushing his mana and crushing his stuff. Okay, playing like Spectre as he draws with his book as a fast effect in response to that. Now, if he doesn't remove that Spectre, I can at least keep him at bay, keep the book at bay a bit. So he draws again here. Okay, so now I can nick a card. Nicking a Serangel. It's pretty nice actually, because he has 4 mana. Next mana source will just give him a 4/4. Now I'm mind twisting him. Okay. Taking Source to Plowshare and Abyss. That was great picks here. Amazing that he didn't try to cast one of them. Oh, I can't play the Abyss. It doesn't have black mana. And he likely just drew into that Source to Plowshares with his book. Otherwise, he would have used it. Coming over again here. That was really crucial that I got that Source to Plowshares. Underworld Dreams on him. He draws in response to the Underworld Dreams, so he doesn't take damage from it. It hasn't resolved yet when he draws with that book. But after that, he'll start to take even more damage from the Underworld Dreams when he uses that book. But still, we gotta get rid of it ASAP. But at least as that small punishment for him for using it. He's down to 14 life. Has a draw engine going. Has enough mana. Okay, now he Source to Plowshares the Spectre that has kept him at bay. 2 Underworld Dreams here. That is crucial. Now he can't use the book that much. He does as a fast effect again. Now, in his upkeep, before his draw, he disenchants one of the Underworld Dreams, so he only takes a single point of damage from the Underworld Dreams here. Damn shame. I mean, 2 Underworld Dreams against him would be great. Okay, keeping it old school. Here's Cynthia Vampire coming out. He draws as a response again. He takes 2 damage a turn at this point, so he's down to 10 life. And that Vampire is eyeing him hungrily. Draws again here, trying to find an answer in time. Mox Emerald coming down. Looks like it might be a regrowth. Yeah, he's regrowthing Plowshares and Swords to Plowsharing my Vampire. Now it's a Divine Offering, even more life. We don't want him drawing into a mirror universe at this point. I have a ton of life. He's down to 8. And his book is gone. Serangel, okay, really trying to push back, get some initiative here. I'm putting on a sushi in response. Yet Angel comes flying over for 4 points of damage. Now I'm fine with trading with an Angel here, if he allows it. Yeah, he does so, and he has to, because he has 7. Ooh, 7 life, 6 life now. And another sushi coming down. Yeah, the pressure is relentless from Composition A at this point. Ooh, putting him down to 2 life here. 1 life. Now, I remember that at this point we were running out of time. I mean, people were spectating around us at this point, being the closing games of the Swiss, and everyone else had finished their game. I think we had 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, or perhaps even less, perhaps under a minute. And if I don't give him that final point of damage, we're going into a Chaos Orb flip tournament between us, and yeah, I don't like his odds there yet. He needs to practice a bit more, but I mean, anything can happen there. We're just playing as fast as we can in order to get the game finished before the clock runs out. But it is timed. The Swiss is timed, and the top 8 isn't timed. So if I lose a Chaos Orb flip with him, well, then I'm out of the race completely. So, but at this point, he is casting Recall here. He drew into that. So talk about pressure here. I mean, we have seconds to spare, and he needs to make so many decisions at this point, and everything comes down to this, drawing a Recall, so many decisions here. Discarding a Mana Drain and a Mox Pearl. He has access to 2 cards then. And yeah, he needs to get rid of at least 2 threats here. Swords to Plowshare and a Disenchant. Keep passing turn. Now I'm activating as a factory. Now it's 3 threats. So he bolts the factory and sorts the sushi, and then he forfeits the game here. Just as a last hurrah, forfeiting the game here in the final ticks of the clock of this match. Now, he could disenchant the Underworld Dreams in his upkeep before his draw step, but he regarded this position as fundamentally unwinnable at this point. So that's it. Composition A took this one 2-1, and that gives an overall score for Composition A of 4 wins and a single loss in the Swiss, and we qualifies for the top 8. We freaking made it. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in whatever comes next.